Hey guys, this is Wendy here. I am going to be teaching you today about how you can earn a trip for yourself or you and a friend, a spouse, a partner, anyone who's over 18 years of age to go on a Scentsy Family Incentive Trip. And so I'm going to start right now. This is going to be one of our longer trainings, so bear down here for a little bit. Take some notes and let me know if you have any questions afterward. All right, let's begin. On the workstation, in your resource tabs, you guys can find the documents that I'm looking at as well. If you go to your resource tab on the left-hand side, there's a category called Scentsy Family Events. You click on that, and on that document, or in that section, there's a document called Scentsy Incentive 2015. Open that up. That incentive trip tracker points are for all regions. So whether you're in Canada, Mexico, the US, anywhere in Europe, or in Australia, we all have the exact same qualification points that we need to earn. It's all for the same period. However, I believe that there might be some different trips for each region. So for Region 1, which is Canada, US, and Mexico, the trips that we have a chance to earn are a 7-day Southern Caribbean cruise, as well as a trip to Vegas, which also includes our Scentsy Family Reunion. And the terms and conditions for that are also listed in Region 1 under the events section of the resource tab. So you can look at that. I think Australia and Europe will maybe be announced soon. It could possibly be the same, but as of right now, I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to confirm that or not. So anyway, let's look at the points. So in years past, there's been lots of different ways that you could earn the trip and the calculations for the points. But to earn a trip for one, you need 20,000 points. Last year, it was a minimum of 26,000 points. So that's a little bit better this time. And to earn for two is 36,000 points. So in a little bit, I'm going to help you figure out how to break it down to figure out how you can earn a trip and in a reasonable way. Okay, so you don't have to be a superstar. There's superstar directors who don't earn the trips, and they try. So you don't have to be a superstar director. You could be a brand new consultant. I've heard so many stories where someone just said, oh, I just joined, in November, and I earned the trip in 2 months for two. And my mouth drops to the floor. It's like, it takes me 6 months to earn the whole trip. So it doesn't matter what level you're at. If you have a desire and you're excited, you can earn this trip. All right? Here we go. 20,000 points and 36,000 points. The one caveat is that you have to make sure that at least 4,000 of those points come from something other than selling. So let's say you're a selling superstar. I mean, you rock it. You can sell till the cows come home. If you sold, 3,000 a month over a 6-month period, that's 18,000 points that you would earn. You earn 1 point for every point of PRV. So that would be 18,000. Well, you'd still need 4 more, even though you're only 2,000 away from 20,000 points, you'd still need 4,000 more points that came from something other than PRV. So maybe you don't want to recruit and build a team, but then that means that maybe you don't want to earn a trip either. So you're going to have to recruit. There is no other way to earn the trip than at least having at least one new recruit. You can earn the trip if, let's say that same scenario. Let's say you are right now an essential consultant, you're brand new, but you know what? Boy, you can sell. You can sell. So you sell 3,000 a month for 6 months, every single month, 3,000. That's 18,000 points over a 6-month period. Let's say that at some point during that time, you flipped just one of your hostesses and taught them how to sell, or you flipped your party. So let's say the party over the holidays was maybe 600 PRV. All right, you flip them, you get them to 600 PRV, and you know how to book parties from each of those parties that you had. So you can help her and give her those bookings you've got, and she'll certify within a month's time, right? I mean, it kind of sounds easy, and it can be if you have a plan. But if you do that, you'll earn the 18,000 points for your personal sales. You will earn 1,000 points for helping them become certified. So that's an extra 1,000 right there. And then you'll also earn 1,500 points for yourself personally promoting to a lead consultant. So that's only 2,500 points. Yay! You won the trip with 20,500, right? You still need points. You still need to make sure that at least 4,000 of your total points came from something other than PRV. So you're going to have to make sure as a minimum that you recruit at least, at the very, very, very minimum, a minimum 2 people that you can promote to certified, and maybe promote yourself to lead. And in 1 month, if you can do it where both of them are active and you sell your 3,000 in a month like you will, you could actually promote to star consultant during this. So that would mean points wise, you'd have your 18,000 points for your personal sales of 3,000 a month. Write that down. You get your 2 recruits, 2 hostesses that you flipped, that you helped get certified with their 1 party you flipped, and then at least 1 party that you helped them have for their grand opening party, right? So you're going to get 1,000 points for the first one, 1,500 points for the second one that you did. So that's 2,500 points. Now your point total is at 20,500, right? Let's say that you were able to promote to lead consultant yourself during that time. That's only 1,500 points. 1,500 plus the 2,500 you earned from helping those 2 people recruit or promote to certified is 4,000 points. You now have 22,000 points earned for the trip. But why stop there? If you had 1 month where both of them still were active with 150, you could get 2,000 more points for becoming a star consultant 1 month. So that would put you at 24,000 points, right? So shoot for a little higher just in case. You know, sometimes things don't always work out. Try to shoot for 3 recruits if nothing else. And you can settle for 2. But you have to have 2, period, in order to earn the trip. And you personally have to promote to lead consultant. All right? You can also promote yourself to certified consultant, but so let's say you're at Essential and you were at 1,000, you'd still have to promote to at least lead consultant during the qualification period in order to have enough points to earn the trip. So I might be confusing you with this, but I hope you're writing it down, and you can always contact me and we can go over it because you have to make a plan, okay? Now, let's think about the rest of the points here. So let's say that you are a certified consultant already. You've, been around for maybe a few months, and you've had some parties, and you've had some, you're just doing it for fun. You're enjoying yourself. You're doing good. You haven't recruited anybody, and you haven't wanted to for fear, or maybe you just haven't thought or figured out how to flip a hostess yet, or maybe you've really been trying to recruit, but you just can't figure it out. Now is the time to get serious and to make a plan. And I came up with a couple scenarios for you, all right? So let's say that you are a certified consultant, you don't have any recruits, you want to earn it for 1, all right? You want to get at least 20,000 points for yourself. And you have really nothing to, you just have sold something before. And you're going to have to push yourself. I mean, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. I mean, you are. I mean, if you want to earn a trip, get out of your comfort zone. Step out of it, okay? If you have no desire to step out of your comfort zone and you don't want to push and work and make a plan, then maybe you don't really want to go on a trip, all right? But if you want to go on a trip, I know that you can earn this. It is not that hard with a plan, okay? And it's going to sound almost kind of silly maybe when I'm done explaining it. So let's say you need 20,000 points to earn for 1. If you were to do it in the past, what we would do is we would take how many points you need, divide that by the 6 months that are in the trip. So 20,000 divided by 6 is 3,334 points a month. But the points are kind of done a little bit differently this time, so it doesn't have to be in a month-to-month breakdown. It's just a total points breakdown. You could have some months that are killing it, and other months where maybe you decide to take off December, or maybe January or something. So, you know, it doesn't really have to be broken down in a 6-month basis. But typically, you can kind of plan on how much PRV that you need and should have every single month, right? We know what our average is, and so we know what we have to pump it up to in order to earn the kind of trip that we'd like to get for both of us to go on. So scenario number 1, $20,000, you're a certified consultant, no recruits in your downline. So during this qualification period, you need to recruit at least 3 people who you help promote to certified, okay? What that'll do is you're already certified, so you can't earn points for becoming certified already because you've already done that, right? So you need to help 3 people. So if you have every other month you recruit one of your hostesses, not a big deal. Maybe October is when you have all of your big parties booked. Flip all 3 of them, you know, and then work on getting your PRV later, all right? But you need at least 4,000 points that come from, you know, flipping your hostesses, recruiting, promotions, something other than PRV. So if you recruit at least 3 people who you promote to certified, you're going to get 4,500 points for that. You're going to get 1,000 for the first one, 1,500 for the second, and then 2,000 for the third, and for each one beyond that. So that adds up to 4,500 points for 3 certifieds during that whole entire 6-month period. They don't all have to be in the same month. They can be all in the same month. They just have to have it happen sometime in that period. And they have to be people that you recruited anytime between August 1st to January 31st, all right, to get those certification points. Now, there's other, you know, let's say we're talking about someone who's certified right now who doesn't have anyone in their downline. So I can go over other scenarios later, but that's what someone like you would need. Now, during this period, you would also most likely promote to at least lead consultant in one of those months, because you're going to have really good sales in order to earn this trip, unless you're planning on doing it solely based off of recruiting and promoting, all right? But most people still sell something, right? So let's say, and you really only have control over what you sell. You don't really have control over who decides to commit to recruiting. So I'm kind of stacking this in the sense of you have total control to have as many parties as you want and to sell as much as you want, whereas you don't have control over having someone else commit to working their business, right? Next, let's say you also earn a promotion to star consultant for yourself. That's an extra 2,000 points. So now you have 4,500 plus 1,500. That puts you at 6,000 points, and another 2,000 points for earning star consultant. Right there, that's 8,000 points that have nothing to do with PRV out of 20,000. That leaves 12,000 points to earn in PRV or in some other way. Maybe you'll recruit somebody else, what have you. But let's say you just recruit the 3, you promote them to certified, you promote to lead 1 month, another month you promote to star. You got 8,000 points that way. You've already covered the 4,000 points that had to come from something other than PRV, and now you're good to go. So 12,000. 12,000 points is divided by 6 months is 2,000 PRV a month. So that's roughly 4 average parties of 500 PRV a month. Now, some of you have parties or sales that exceed that, and some of you have parties and sales that totally aren't anywhere near that. If you booked 1 party a weekend, I mean, really, every week, if you want to earn a trip, couldn't you just have 1 party a weekend or 1 party during the week? Or you can even have 4 parties in 1 week. You know, you don't have to have them all spread out throughout the month. You can have them all in 1 week if you feel like it, on a Tuesday, a Thursday, a Saturday, and a Sunday, or 2 on a Saturday, 1 in the afternoon and 1 in the evening. Knock it out. You can think outside of the box here, but 4 parties at 500 average, and during the holidays, most parties are more than that still. You got to make a plan, right? So let's say, like we discussed, you have never really done a whole lot with your business. How in the world, if you only have 1 party a month right now, how in the world are you going to get to 4 parties a month and flipping all these, people? Well, the key is you need to blitz. You need to have a booking blitz. You need to pick up that phone and you need to call people. There's all kinds of booking blitzes out there. On our team page, we have several listed out there, and you guys know about it. But anyone else who's listening to this, there are booking blitzes, picking up the phone. There's your list of 100. You go out there and you get those parties booked, and you don't have to you book them out like, five a month. So let's say you call right now, it's August 1st or August 2nd. You call up people right now and you get, parties booked, have all your dates set up and times that you can have a party, and start calling people. And if they say, oh, August is busy, that's great. What's your September look like? Oh, well, that's busy. You know what? I got October. What about Christmas presents? You want Christmas presents? So we can get you all kinds of stuff for free or discounted. Let's get you booked up. You can get people to have parties. So you got to space them out over the 6-month period to ensure that you're going to get that PRV you need. All right. And maybe temper it and throw in, a fundraiser or two in there to add even more points. Okay, get creative with it. I'm just giving you a basic scenario. Now let's say with the flipping of the hostesses, you need to learn how to get good at it. You need to talk to your sponsor or your upline director and figure out, if you had a problem with recruiting, why? What are you doing? What are you not doing? You need to learn how to flip your hostesses and what to say and how to say it, and ask people to join. You have to do some things differently than maybe what you've been doing so far if you want to earn the trip. But you can do it, and once you start doing it, you're going to find out it's really not that hard to do, to ask people if they want to join and to ask people to have parties. The more no's, actually, the more yeses you'll get closer to. All right? I say all right and a lot, so I hope you don't mind. Okay, let's move on to the next part. So let's say you want to earn a trip for 2. So that is 36,000 points, which sounds like an awful lot, but it's really one of the lower points that I've seen so far for a trip for 2, especially a cruise. I mean, I got to go on this cruise. So we don't want to just get the 36,000 points. We want to knock that 36,000 points out of the ballpark. So again, you're the same person. You're the same certified consultant who's never really done much with their business, just a little fun here and there. Now, you're going to need, if you divided it by a month, 6,000 into 36,000 points is 6,000 points a month. That may seem like a lot. I don't know about you, but I don't generally sell 6,000 a month in PRV. Usually ours is 2 to 3, maybe 4,000 sometimes on a great month during the holidays. We've had some big ones before, but that was usually because we had fundraisers added into it. So let's be real and logical and think about all of that here with your plan. But here's a scenario that I've put together. So let's say that you're going to have to recruit at least 6 people. I mean, 1 a month. One of those hostesses or one of those parties that you have to flip at least 1 a month, and you have to get them certified. Okay? You just have to. It's what it is. You have to be dedicated, and you have to say, I'm going to do this. So if you get 6 people who you help promote to certified, at least certified, you're going to earn the following. You're going to earn 10,500 points for that out of 36,000. So you're going to earn 1,000 for the first person, 1,500 for the second, and 2,000 for each one thereafter. So that adds up to 8,000 points for those other 4. So 10,500 points total for getting 6 people certified. Next, 2 of those 6 people, you know what? They're into this. You're going to help them recruit and flip one of their hostesses. And they're going to help, 2 people are going to help 1 person each become certified, which means they're probably going to promote themselves to lead consultant, which is an extra 1,500 points for you for them promoting to lead consultant. So when you look at people and talk to them, figure out who you can help teach how to recruit. If you can get them all to recruit, that's even better, because that'll knock down how much PRV you personally need to sell for this trip also. But this is just a basic guideline again. So that's 3,000 more points. So now you have 10,500 from certifying them. You get 3,000 points for getting 2 of those people to lead. And then you're going to earn a promotion from your certified position to at least lead from having that many people promote. and then that's 1,500 points. So you were at 15,000 points now for getting to lead consultant. And then you get, in 1 month, let's say you have 2 of them active and you're selling, you're going to get to star consultant. That's an extra 2,000 points right there. And then, you know, the possibilities are not that crazy that if 3 out of those 6 people, plus you also have 2 people that, that 2 of those certified people had recruited and got active and busy and selling to certified, you could actually promote to superstar consultant. All you need is 3 active frontline, you know, so half of the 6 people that you got, and to have a 2,500 or 6,000 in group wholesale volume. And if you're all selling and they're all doing at least 1,000 a month plus everything you're doing, it's a very viable thought that you could become a superstar consultant. So that's an extra 3,000 points. Okay, so when we look at this, that's 20,000 points you earned from getting people certified, promoted to lead, you getting 3 promotions, lead, star, and superstar consultant. So now all you need is 16,000 points over 6 months in PRV sales. That ends up to roughly $26.67 a month in sales, which is about 5 parties a month. So instead of 1 party a week, you get 3 parties a week with 1 week having 2. You know, I mean, if you want a trip, that's what you got to do. All right, so those are 2 scenarios. And if you're above certified, you're a lead, or you have other people that you've had in your downline, like let's say most of you who have teams, you have people who, you know, you've been with you already, and you're going to help them promote to lead and superstar. So you're going to earn points for each of those promotions. But the only way you can earn points on anyone becoming certified is if they joined anytime between August 1st, 2014 and January 31st, 2015. So I hope that makes a lot more sense. Anyone, doesn't matter when they joined, it doesn't matter if they rejoined, it doesn't matter if they, you know, whoever, whatever they are. If they join your team and they are a frontline to you, meaning they're a level 1 to you, you will earn points for each of the promotions that they receive. However, if let's say that someone was a director and they, you know, lost their title and went back down to superstar consultant, if they re-promote during this contest period back to director, they don't get points for promoting to director because it's already a promotion they'd already received. It's a second-time promotion. And I, as their sponsor, would not get points for them promoting to director. So be very, very clear and understand that. If somebody is re-promoting, neither of you get points for a re-promotion. Now, let's say that last month you promoted, let's say in July, you promoted to any title, director, superstar consultant, whatever. On August 10th, when commissions post, you're going to be thinking, ooh, maybe I'll get points for promoting. No, you promoted in July, even though it goes into effect in August, you don't get points, and your sponsor does not get points for the trip for that. But if you promoted to director during last month in July in a tough month, then I guarantee you it will not be that hard for you to earn this trip and push yourself. All right? Next. If we go and look at the point system here, like let's say for us, we're superstar directors. We can't earn any more points for personal promotion, but we can earn points for helping our frontline promote. And let's say we don't even recruit a single person, which is just silly because we will recruit plenty of people during this period. We always do. But let's say we didn't even recruit anyone. There are people all throughout our team who are our frontline who are not superstar directors. So there's all kinds of opportunities for us to earn points. Even if we decided not to sell anything more than 500 in sales a month, which again, we always sell at least 2,500. But if we decided not to sell anything, we could just work with our team the entire time and help them promote to try to earn the trip. But again, you don't have control over what others will do with their business. You only have control over what you do with the business. So hedge your bets and try to recruit as much as possible and sponsor and be a good leader and help people promote as well as sell, and have a goal. And let's say 1 month you don't reach your goal for some reason, or you have a dud of a party and it sets you back. You know what? Readjust, recalculate what PRV you need. Recalculate how many people you need to flip. Rework it every month, every week. It's a new chance. So blitz again. You can blitz in October if, let's say, your parties are falling off, or you don't have enough, or boy, you really want to just kill it. Do it. You know, go and blitz again. We're not saying that there's rules for this as far as how much your minimums are. Go for the gold. Go for it. As far as the points go, also, if you're brand new, let's say you recruit somebody in October, they get points. You get points for every frontline person that you help earn a trip. So we usually get quite a few points for helping people in our frontline earn the trips. That's something you should let them know about. Make sure you let all your new recruits know that there's a chance they could earn this trip. We have seen crazy things happen with people who were brand new. So don't think that they have to have the whole entire 6 months to earn these trips, because they don't. Anyone who has any will or who has the desire to earn this trip can earn it no matter how much time is available or left in the trip period. Let's look at some of the FAQs. And one of the gals on our team, Karina, she asked, she's pregnant and she's due to have a baby, and she had asked if she could bring her baby on the cruise. Well, as far as Scentsy is concerned, they have a policy of as long as they're, under 12 months old and still breastfeeding, yeah, you can bring them and no extra charge, unless let's say, cruise, like in this situation, a cruise line, if she chose a cruise, she would have to make sure that her baby was at least 6 months to 12 months of age, because they will not let babies cruise on the cruise younger than 6 months. And they actually check birth record or birth dates before they let you on the cruise. So you've got to make sure that you read all the terms and conditions. I mean, all of them beforehand. And make sure that the dates work for you. If you're going to work towards earning these trips, make sure the dates work. You have a whole entire year to plan for the dates. Next, let's say you have 60,000 points and you have someone in your downline or a friend. You cannot transfer any points. As nice as that is and as thoughtful as that is, you cannot transfer points to anybody else. They're yours alone. You just maybe possibly get a better room than somebody else because you have more points. I don't know. But you can't transfer points. Recruiting. You don't get points just because you recruited someone. You actually have to help them with their business in order to earn points, okay? So you don't just get points for recruiting. Make sure you understand that. This is a interesting one. If you are with Scentsy and you're only with Velada, you can actually, if you're a Velada consultant, there's a separate Velada convention that you could go to next year. There'll be more information coming for this, but let's say you want to go to a Velada convention instead. There will be that option that will come a little bit later, so keep looking out for that information if you're mostly a Velada consultant and maybe don't want to go to the Scentsy family reunion in Vegas. So just look for that info. Let's say that you want to track your progress during the incentive. You can do that on your workstation on the home page. Middle of the page down, there'll be an incentive tracker that will be up in September for you to start looking at, because there's no reason to have it yet, because trip points will not be necessary to have calculated until September. So look for that then. If you promote someone, now we're all super nice and we like helping other people. So let's say I'm working with someone 3 levels down from me, that I'm not their personal sponsor, but I work with them a lot. I help them, I mentor them. I will not earn a single point, nothing, other than the feeling of knowing that I am helping that person, if they earn the trip or earn points or for promotions or anything like that. So the only way you can possibly earn points off of someone else's efforts is if they are personally, directly under you. All right, so make sure you know that. And another question here that I found on the terms and conditions is, let's say that you can bring anyone who's 18 or over. You can bring anyone you want. This is a trip. This is not like leadership where it needs to be someone who's part of your business, or your spouse, what have you. This is a trip. You can bring anyone you want who's over 18 years old. So it's up to you. Or you can even decide if you earn the trip for two and you just want to go by yourself. You can do that. You don't have to bring anybody if you don't want, but you'll get a room that's a private room all to yourself, and there you go if you decide to do that. If you get the trip for one, though, you will always have a roommate option. You can choose who your roommate is. That's another consultant who earned the trip. There'll be a section for that when it's time to register for your trip in February or March when they open the registration for it. But you have to have a roommate unless you can do buy-ins. Now, buy-ins are kind of special. So every year, buy-ins for each place is different. There's different prices. I'm sure that a cruise is going to have a higher buy-in probably than maybe Vegas would, depending on what they have planned for everybody. But here's the kicker. If enough people, it depends on how much space is available. It depends on how many people earn the trip. There's 115,000 consultants right now, and this is the time of year where we really recruit heavily, so there's going to be a lot more consultants trying to earn these trips. There may not be as many buy-in options, or there could be. You just never know. So just please know that if you need for two and you want for two, go for 36,000 points. Do not settle for 20 and hope to do a buy-in. Push for the 36. Get your spouse or partner, mom, whomever it is that you want to bring with you, get them on board to help babysit for you. If you have kids and you want to earn this trip and you need help with daycare or something like that, get some help so that you can earn this trip. You cannot bring more than one guest again unless you have an infant that is breastfeeding under the age of 12 months. You may not bring anybody else. And again, the buy-ins are going to be determined at a later date, so we don't know exactly how much those are yet. Some of the fine print, the documents for the trip will come out in January, beginning February. They're called What to Expect, and they have more details like what would happen on each day of the trip, what kind of excursions there are to be able to choose from. So all that information will come out in January for all regions for whatever trip it is that's available. January, probably beginning February, sometime if not in January. You can always opt out too. You do not have to go on these trips. Let's say none of the dates work for you. Maybe your kids are, graduating school during the cruise and you can't go, and Vegas, that doesn't work out for you either. You can roll over and get 500 product credit points. That's it. You cannot roll them over to another year at all. You either go on a trip or you get a 500 product credit. So those are your options. Take it, don't take it. Whether you earn it for one or two, you get 500 points, 500 PRV credits to be able to use. Some of the basics are in here, like, baggage fees and things like that you guys can read up on your own, which are pretty good. Good standing. This is another important thing. All right. So let's say you earn the trip and you've already got the points in the bag by December. You're good to go. You got to make sure that before you go on the trip in, June for the cruise, let's say, you have to make sure that you don't lose your business. You have to make sure that you are still considered an active consultant, meaning that every 3-month rolling period, you've got your at least minimum of 150 PRV entered. Otherwise, you don't get to go on that trip. Also, one of the things that's really important is bonus buying. And what this means is, some people get desperate and they try to do silly and crazy and stupid things to earn trips or to pad numbers, or maybe someone's only $10 away and so they'll buy something from them directly. Don't do it. Corporate, if there's any red flags in how someone earned a trip, corporate will audit accounts. They always audit. So nothing is 100% final. And I know people. There's even been some people in our team here who have lost trips for one or even two for doing things that are not part of the policies and procedures. So there's no buying kits for anybody else. There is, even if they pay you back, don't buy kits for people to get them to join or incentivize it. The business opportunity itself is great enough that we don't need to do anything special. Don't sell any products on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist. Don't try to do anything underhanded, or you will get caught and you'll lose the trip and it's gonna suck. So make sure everything you do is on the up and up. And if you have questions about, again, what you can and can't do, look at the policies and procedures, which is also called the Independent Consultant Agreement, which is in your resources tab under the Scentsy Family Document section. Look for the ICA, Independent Consultant Agreement. Look that up and read it and get to know it and make it your new best friend. Let's see here. Consultants who qualify, you'll be notified in February. That always happens. So the top credits, so this is right, the room category and the cruise incentive. So the more credits you have, the more awesome of a room you get. So 36,000 points, you're going to get a room, but I don't know if you'll get a window. Or maybe if you get 70,000 points, you might get a balcony. I don't know. I don't know what the points will be, but it'll be determined by the top points. You may get a suite. Who knows? I have no idea, but I'd really like a suite. I'd like a balcony. I don't want just a porthole. I mean, I'll be happy going on the cruise without a window at all if I've got to, but my goal is to push way past that 36,000 points, and I hope those of you who would like to have a balcony as well. I don't want to hear anyone complaining. If you go get a cruise, you go on that cruise. Just don't be in your room very often. There's plenty of other stuff to do than being in your room. No whiners. I won't whine. If I get an inside cabin, I'm not going to whine. I'm just going to be so happy that I get to go on a cruise. I haven't been on a cruise in 14 years since our honeymoon. So I'm ready to go on this cruise. Payment plans. If you do get to do a buy-in, you can do payment plans. That information will come out later. Again, what it is, usually it's broken up into 3 payments that you can pay. I've done it one time before when we earned the Disney trip, and it was very helpful. And, you know, that's about it. There's always going to be all kinds of little questions and stuff, but other than the flights, you can, if you choose to, you can choose to get credit. So let's say you earn a trip for 2 and let's say you choose to go to Vegas and you live in Vegas. You obviously don't need to fly there. So what you can do is you can say, hey, instead of arranging my flight to Vegas, which I obviously don't need, I want $500 product credit, or I want $500 per each person that I earn for paid to me. So you can get $500 credited towards you. So that's an extra $1,000 that you can keep, pocket, do whatever you want, pay for any incidentals, pay for gambling, whatever you want to do, you can get up to $500. But let's say you decide that you want to take arrange your own travel for some reason. You'll only get up to $500, and you may not even get the full $500. Usually they look and see. They've done it in 500, but it's not actually going to be the full 500. Oh, sorry, I'm reading this as I go here too. But the 500, it's not up to 500. It is 500. So let's say that your trip ends up being $700 each. Bummer. That's the option you pick. That's something that you arrange when you register for your trip. You can select the box that says you want to arrange your own travel, and they will do that for you and credit your account. But they might not credit it right when you need it. So you're going to need to be able to buy your plane ticket. So I've seen people kind of get stuck with it, waiting for the credit to come through before they buy, and that's not a good idea. So I would make sure you had the money, bought your ticket first, and then asked for the product credit or waited for the product credit. So I think that's about it. This is a long one. It's a 40-minute call, but hopefully I answered most of your questions, helped you figure out how to earn the trip. And again, if there's anything else that you don't understand or need help with, let me know. All right, I hope to see all of you guys who are watching this video. If you're watching this video and you actually are watching it to this point and you spent 40 minutes listening to this video, then I better see you at both the cruise, which we will be on, as well as at the Scentsy Family Reunion in Vegas, if you choose that as your incentive trip, because we're going there no matter what, just because it's Scentsy Family Reunion. So good luck. Shout it out to the world that you're going to earn this trip, and you're going to earn it for 1 or 2 or whatever it is you're going to do. You're going to push until you get a suite or a balcony or something, but shout it and hold yourself accountable and make that plan and stick to it. All right, go get 'em, guys.